Hey everybody, this is Charlie Musselwhite, and you're listening to Athena After Dark. I ain't lying. Thank you, baby.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Athena After Dark. I hope you all had a great week. I know we did, and we got a great show. So let's kickstart this baby and get rolling. The 120th HD 120 was off the chain. Absolutely. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. We have Sturgis coming up August 4th through the 13th. Sunday, August 6th, I will be at the Flying Piston Benefit Breakfast. So, everybody, you can get the flyer. We'll have it up on the website. Please come out and join us. It's going to be a great silent auction, breakfast, so many things. I As you can see on the flyer, I am the featured builder this year, along with another colleague. So, some great stuff. We have a great day for that breakfast. After that, on Monday, August 7th, we have Bikers Against Bullies. This is something that we'll talk about again a little bit later on in the show, but I'm so excited that there's an event. They're having a morning ride. You have Donnie Smith, Dave Perowitz, Rick Fairless, Michael Lichter, a few other great names there. Sugar Bear is going to be on that ride. It's going to be an incredible morning. And after that, if you get a chance, go out to the Full Throttle for the Old School Chopper Show, for Steve Broyle's Chopper Show. It's going to be really, really good. He always has the great prizes. So make sure you get out there, sign up, get your motorcycle in the show, and have some good fun. Then on Tuesday, don't miss out on the morning ride at the Biker Bells at the Buffalo Chip. We start in Deadwood and we ride out. We end up at the Buffalo Chip for a whole day of symposiums, great speakers, a lot of cool camaraderie. And it's not just for the ladies, guys. You can come out and attend too. Show your support for all your women who ride. It's going to be a great, great event. Also, Cycle Source is having a lot of events that week. You can find that. The web pages are on the screen right in front of you. And then after Sturgis, we have the Smokeout Rally. I'm excited, 7th through 10th. That's too cool. It was awesome last year, and I'm so excited to be there this year. And after the Smokeout Rally, Biketoberfest will be right around the corner. This time just seems to slip right by. We'll have Willie's Chopper Time show. That's always a great one. I'm excited about that. And after Willie's, the end of October, you have the High Seas Rally. So, gotta take your chances and go on the cruise, see how it is. I think it goes Key West to Cozumel. There's quite a few places. So, hi, Nancy. I see you. Hello from Maryland. Thomas Losell. I love that kid. That's my soccer star. He just absolutely just warms my heart. Hi, Lance from Leesburg. Thank you all for tuning in. Okay, so last week we had some technical difficulties. It was not on our part, thank goodness. It was on the server. So my apologies to Kathmandu. She did allow me an opportunity to do a redo, but she's moving. So everybody knows how crazy moving is. After she's finished moving, she's going to come back and we're going to do it again. So we're going to do Fan 5 Good Things this week. It's brought to you by Techno Research. And I'm excited to go ahead and get through with that. I'm going to say that Lainey from Huntsville wrote in and she said, my mom just taught me how to ride her shovel head. There's no better way to start out. That is for damn sure. If you're going to do it right. I'm a shovel head girl, so I'm all about that. Marcia from Broadview says, I just bought my first Harley, a 1965 Panhead in boxes. I love it. That is the way to do it. My first motorcycle was an accident victim. Mostly it had one wheel in the box. We joke about that. Miss Marcia, if you need anything, I know all the panhead gurus and we'll be more than willing to help you out. I just made a call this week about some panhead parts. And of course, can't know everything, but you got to know who to call when you're not sure about the answers. Troy from Missoula. He says, I want an all expense paid to Sturgis. I'll see you there. I'm looking forward to it. I gave you my itinerary. Check out any of those events. Come up and say hello, and I'll be glad to meet you. Okay, Candace from Barstow says, my bike won at Born Free. How awesome. Isn't that the coolest feeling in the world when you take your bike to a motorcycle show and you get a prize, you win a trophy, you competed, you did put your heart and soul into it, and it matters. So good for you. Samantha from Kitty Hawk. She says, my dad gave me his 59XLCH as a graduation present. Samantha, that is too cool. Congratulations on your graduation. And send me some pictures of your motorcycle. I'd love to see them and show them here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to play a little bit of a commercial from our friends at Palm Beach Harley. And after that, we're going to go ahead and show some pictures from the Harley 120th. And then we're going to talk about a few other things. Miss Nancy loves 5 good things. It's awesome. All right. Well, let's hear from Carlos.
This is Carlos. Come on down to Palm Beach Harley Davidson. Come get your dream bike right here. We have them available. Any style you ride, they're here. Thank you.
All right. We successfully managed to put that in there. I love my family at Palm Beach Harley. They are the greatest team ever. They treat us so good. If you ever need a motorcycle, I don't care where you are, you can find it there, and it's worth the trip. They'll accommodate you in any manner. Motor clothes, service, parts, they got it all going on. And the general manager, Gino, is fantastic. They are really good people. All right, so we're going to start out with showing some pictures. So the Harley 120th, I got to see everything on social media. I was bummed out that I couldn't make it because, again, you have to make choices in life. And with the new move into the shop, it was a little difficult to be there. Shout out to Tony Pan and Miss Vicky for making sure that I had a place to stay. Sorry I had to cancel. Don and I are going to come up and see you and get the tour. So, all right, there it is. Look at that. That is the bridge, the 6th Street Bridge. It was closed to motorcycle traffic only. What an awesome event. I was so lucky to get so many friends that would send me pictures, videos, tag me in their social media. I absolutely loved it. So Don's going to go ahead and go through the pictures for me. I have a couple galleries here. Okay, there's the girls. There's Miss Karen Davidson and Vicky and Chris. They were out. Jesse Combs Foundation had a nice tent set up, and they were teaching how to do leather work, how to do welding, making jewelry, so many things. There's Miss Gloria. She was celebrated in the lobby. She had her own booth to go ahead and sell her book, but also so everybody could get to meet her because she turned 98 on July 7th, and she has been riding her whole adult life since a teenager, actually. If you don't have her book, you need to go ahead and get her book. And if you get a chance to meet her, you have to do it. So I'm so excited. So I'm going to show some of these pictures. They're really cool. These are the motorcycles. Look at this happy man out there showing his motorcycle. This is all in the museum outside in the parking lot. They had a lot of good stuff set up there, bike shows and everything like that. Okay, look at this. Is a brand new bike with a sidecar. Is that not beautiful? It screams throwback from the days of old, and it's just, I want one. I'd like one. I like that color. I'd like one in blue. So if anybody's
pink walls, so you don't know why they don't have them on that bike.
They have pink what?
Walls on instead of white walls.
Oh, they make pink wall tires?
They make pink wall tires.
Holy shit. Yeah. All right.
Murphy had them.
Oh, nice.
On her sidecar.
Nice. Very good. Miss Nancy says, I saw Chris Summer Simmons live. It looked awesome. It did look awesome. She was so good. So here's Gloria with Michael Lichter. Look at her sitting on that chopper. That thing is like 100 feet long, and she's just sitting there. She looks so comfortable. Michael Lichter is fantastic. We love him. Okay, and there's everybody who got the book. The lines were around the corner for the museum, and also whole line through the museum to get to Gloria. Hi, Rogue. I see you. I miss you too. I can't wait to see you soon. And okay, so there she is. That's the picture David Ewell did for from Gloria's pictures when she was younger. It hangs there in the museum. How cool is that? I'm so glad she was celebrated. She's incredible. She is my hero. There she is with that chopper again. I made sure I got both angles. I love that. Okay, so Tim Duffy was there. This is exciting. I want to one day soon have him on the show. He was the firefighter that rode his motorcycle at FXR we were talking about in a few shows back on 9/11. And he was there. Lori got to hang out with him. She looks beautiful. She looks amazing. I love the hair. It's fantastic. All right. And then there's Robert Patrick, you know, from the Terminator. And I think he's the Chrome Cop. Yeah. And he's on Sons of Anarchy too. And there's Lori and Chris and Gloria. That is so cool. And then Miss Vicky, of course, if anywhere in the world a cop was going to ask somebody to come take a picture on their motorcycle, it'd be Miss Spitfire, because she's got it rocking on, and she's a road guardian, and she does the accident scene management. Incredible human being. If you ever see her out on the road, make sure you stop and get to see her and meet her, because she is a fantastic individual. There's the crew. Look at them all. There's Tony Pan in there too. So awesome. Very good pictures. I'm so glad I got them. And Dave Zine even made it. How cool. Senator Dave Zine, he's there. Look at Chris. She looks so good. Okay, we got a couple more here. All right, so this is a little motorcycle. They taught women how to weld. They had a ladies' day. They did a women's ride. It was incredible. So this is a little trinket, little handlebars, the seat. It's too cool. Nuts and bolts. Imagine that. There's Chris Summer Simmons, and she's learning how to weld. I love it. That is so cool. Very cool. And there's Miss Spitfire. She broke out the knucklehead. I'm pretty sure they let her ride all the way up to the front of the museum with that thing. It is beautiful. I love the new pipes too. Fantastic. And there they are for the women's ride. Look at that. That is too cool. Got the group photo going on. Miss Nancy, the welding was cool. That is too cool. Yes. I love to weld. This is my favorite thing to do. Now this picture, Miss Felicia Morgan, she is the moto journalist. I love her. She is part of my heart. Don't get her in the pictures very often. So there they are contemplating what's next. I love that. That was the caption on Miss Spitfire's photos for that. And then Pan got his pan head painted, and he did Pan on the side. This is someone checking it out to make sure that it's up to Tony's liking. So that is fantastic. Look, the Harley executives even made it out and made the ride. There's Karen Davidson, Bill Davidson, his daughter, a lot of the executives from HD. How cool. It's fantastic. What a great time. And Miss Vicky and Miss Ellie Raines, those two partners in crime. I'll tell you what, they do a lot of good stuff together. They make the motorcycle world what it is. There's Miss Felicia. She's out on the road getting the shot. She'll do anything for a picture. So that was Harley Davidson's 120th. They had a great time. If you want to see more, go on Facebook, look at Chris Summer Simmons' page, Vicky Pan, Sam Filippo, Cycle Source. I didn't get to get any of the pictures. Chris and Heather, they have a great view on it too. They went to some other parties. It was absolutely too cool. So I wanted to take a minute, since we don't have a guest tonight. This is a test run because of what happened with the server, because I will not waste my viewers' time or my guests' time when we have issues like that. We want to make sure everything's rolling smoothly. I do this for fun because I love it. And hey, Chris Hicks, I see you. Hello from Minnesota. Nice to see you tonight. For me, I do this for fun. I see now, because I'm a motorcycle builder, mechanic, mom, wife, all those things. Mimi, that's the best job for me. But for me, doing it for fun is because I love my guests. I love the people that I get to interact with here, all the shout outs, people who watch. And it's frustrating sometimes when things don't go right. I did get a couple emails. Someone said, I haven't seen you on Facebook all week. Are you embarrassed about what happened? By no means am I ever embarrassed about anything that I do. I was frustrated and aggravated, and it took me and Don both all week long to do testing with servers and bandwidths and all these things. We learned a lot. It wasn't on our end, thank God. We did learn a lot about all of it, and I learned that fun is fun, but in order to keep doing this, I'm going to have to reach out and get a few sponsors so that I can upgrade some of this stuff, which is no big deal. You know, we're grateful for, hey, Shane, I see you in Wisconsin. We're grateful for our sponsor, Techno Research. They're fantastic. Going to have to add a few more. So in Sturgis, if I see you out there and you're a company I like to work with, I'm going to hit you up, just so you know. Okay. So with that said, we're going to continue on and we're going to do a bunch of stuff. But in the beginning, I talked about an event that's going on at Sturgis that I just added to the lineup, and that is the Bikers Against Bullies. So in my past, many people know that I'm all about doing things for charity. I love organizations who are doing good things. And when they are close to my heart, I will go above and beyond to do whatever I can to participate, help, and be of assistance to spread the word, volunteer, do anything I can. So I just wanted to say I have the utmost respect for what they're doing because I myself, as a child, I was a victim of being bullied. I was regularly bullied in elementary school and middle school, bullied up to the point where I quit school. So I did go get my GED, passed one of the top 10 in the state when I got it.
You did
But
go get the bullies too.
I did get the bullies too, yes. Don knows the stories. So growing up, I was, my parents fought all the time. I guess nowadays they call it domestic violence. It was a daily thing, to the point of they beat each other bloody and things that went on. You're not supposed to have to deal with that as a child. Well, my parents were also hippies. So when we finally got to Florida and landed and I started in elementary school, I was the little girl in the crocheted knit tops and the denim skirts with the ankle high nylon knee highs and the clogs. No biggie. I mean, I was never ashamed of who I was. Kids can be cruel, and you have to learn not to pay attention to it. I've always been that person. I remember when I was in middle school, my first year in middle school, a few girls wanted to beat me up because they didn't like me. Don't know why. I was a loner pretty much. And so what I did was I told my dad that I didn't feel good and I didn't want to go to school because I knew that they had planned they were going to beat me up. And so after school, they all showed up at my front door. There was a group of them, and they knocked on the door and asked my dad. They said, "Is she here?" And my dad came in, and I said, "I don't want to see them." And he's like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "It doesn't matter. I just don't want to see him." He said, "Are they bullying you?" And I was like, "Yeah, but it doesn't matter." And he's like, "Come here to the door." And those girls were standing there. The one girl who really wanted to beat me up bad, she was standing at the door with a bunch of girls behind her. And my dad opened the door, and I stood there. And before she could say anything, my dad just pushed me out the door right on top of her. And it started a big old brawl, and I had to fight my way out of it. It taught me a lesson. It taught me that you can't hide from people who push you around and bully you. In later part of middle school, again, because I was a loner and I was different, there were a group of girls who, in physical education, they stole all my clothes out of the locker while I was in the shower. They stole my towel and my clothes by the shower, and I was stuck in there. So I decided that I wasn't going to go to school anymore. I was just going to skip school. That didn't work out. I got busted for skipping school. I didn't dress out for phys ed, and my dad got called, and I got suspended for 10 days. And I thought, wow, great. I don't have to go to school for 10 days. And as soon as I got home, my dad's like, "Get your paint clothes, let's go." And he put me to work. So kind of, I understand a lot of that. I've always been the one that turns the other cheek. I always see the good in everyone. But bullying is never acceptable. And I've learned as I got older, some people cannot stand up for themselves. And sometimes some of us have to step in and stand up for them as well. So make sure that you check out Bikers Against Bullies, any programs that you have in your neighborhood, anything like that, you can be of assistance and do what you can. Bikers Against Child Abuse, that's another great organization. They do the same thing, more on the lines of child abuse. We'll talk about that another time. Again, my history is deep within all these organizations because I understand it. And yeah, I'm almost done with my book. I've edited myself 1,000 times. I've learned to stop doing that now, and I'm just writing. So one day I'll put the book out there and everybody will get to see it. So yeah, just be mindful of what goes on around you. Pay attention to your children. And if you see signs that they may be withdrawn from going to school or being around people in general, make sure you talk to them. Let them know they can come to you about anything. The most important thing you can do raising kids is make time, take time, and be attentive to what's going on. It's way different than when we were growing up, and it's way harder. So make sure that you do that. Okay, so everything seems to be going well today with the server and the production and all that good stuff. So I'm really happy. Miss March is there. She's monitoring for me so that I know that the screen doesn't go black. I did want to say to everybody that I'm doing a contest, a photo contest. So please send in your photos of you and your motorcycle, you and your friends, anything where there's a photo bomb, a funny photo, little brief story with it. So I get the gist of what it is. And then we're working on really good prizes for first, second, and third place. And we're going to do it for 2 weeks in a row. Like we'll announce first, second, and third 2 weeks in a row. I want to collect up a bunch of photos. If you have things, hey, Jeff, I see you out there. Jeff Kullberg's there too. If you guys have things going on in your neighborhood, organizations, community involvement that you think we should share here that sheds a positive light on what's going on in your community, please send it. If you have 5 good things, tell them to me. Let me share them with the world. I'll pick one, maybe I'll pick 2, maybe I'll do all of them. Sometimes I do that. But we love hearing your 5 good things, and we love that everybody is here. Yes, photos as a passenger too, Miss Nancy. Any pictures. We want all the pictures. We want the good ones too. You don't even have to have your motorcycle. You can all be piled up on top of each other and, somebody dumping a big old bottle of Gatorade on your head. I don't care. We want good, funny photos here. Some events, whatever. And it can be family photos too that you think are good. I'm all about sharing good things because this is home of the 5 good things. All right. And then if for any reason you want a little bit of perspective from a biker chick, please don't hesitate. Email your questions at Ask Athena, for Ask Athena at athenaafterdark@aol.com. You can do that. And then we're just going to go on to my afterthought because all of this seems to be working. Now, next week, I have a really, really, really good guest scheduled. And possibly, I think the week after that, I have 2 guests at one time. So I'm working on the itinerary now. I'm looking forward to it. We're coming up to Sturgis, so we're going to promote a lot of stuff that's going on there. We're going to go ahead. We're going to do on Monday night, we are going to do a live show from Sturgis. Don't ask me how we're going to pull it off. Dawn's pretty good about that. I think we should be able to make it. We're like 46 and a half episodes in. I count this one as a half episode because we're not going to go all the way to 11 o'clock. But we'll be in Sturgis. If you're there, shoot me a message. I'll let you know where I'm at, where I'm going to be Monday night. And you come out and maybe you could photobomb the camera. It was really cool in Mississippi when we were there. And I had folks photobomb and Beaner. And it was neat. So please don't hesitate to come out and visit. And then I'm considering doing an event at Biketoberfest, a get together. So we could do like a meet and greet and we could all hang out and, you guys can share stuff there and we'll do a live broadcast as well. It won't be on a Monday night because, of course, Biketoberfest is Thursday through Sunday, but Willie's show, that'll be the place to be. Okay, I'm going to give you my afterthought. So I take great pride in everything that I do, even the most trivial of stuff, okay? Watching the events of the past weekend, I got it from the social sites, videos that friends sent, and I realized just how much pride so many of us who have been riding for decades have and how much prejudice we've seen and felt as bikers. I mean, think about, I don't know, for me in the 80s, late 70s, early 80s, as a girl who wanted to ride a motorcycle, it wasn't even something that everyone did. It was hard. It was difficult. I parked my bike at the end of the parking lot of the bar and guys would try to steal parts. Thank God they were like not regular guys in the neighborhood because the regular guys in the neighborhood, although they would make fun of me and piss in my helmet and do stupid shit like that, pull my spark plug wires, they never took anything off my bike. And one guy tried to steal my carburetor and he got the shit kicked out of him, which was really cool. So you knew that it was all in good spirits as much as it wasn't. I don't know. Does that make sense? Anyways, it was just, a little bit of, I guess they call it hazing in like school and stuff like that, to see if you had enough grit to do it and you were going to stick with it, not cry and go home. So I get all that. Think about Gloria. I look at that picture that we were looking at and there's a photo of her and she's looking at a young lady who's learning to ride. Think of all the things that she's seen in the decades that she's been riding. And again, I'm grateful that they celebrate her and she's here while they're celebrating her because she is the queen of motorcycling to me. I don't care. If you read the book, you understand she has been through so much. But what a legacy of pride she represents. It's just incredible. And her family, generations, her daughter, her granddaughters, her great-granddaughters are going to ride and be proud to know that, she left such an incredible legacy. Miss Ivy, I see you. I love that. Miss Ivy says she doesn't know how her uncle would feel about her riding her own. And she knows her dad would be proud. Of course. And, it's a thing. Generations were different, time changes. For me, riding motorcycle and being a woman, we have a lot of women's events that are going on. By no means do I think that it's a movement in any way. I believe that women are just grateful that there's places for them to celebrate being a woman who rides. So I understand that. As far as competition and things like that go, I don't ever want to be segregated into just a women's category because my passion is not gender specific. What I do as a builder, I want to go ahead and be in the arena with everyone so that when I compete, I understand and I know just what I'm up against, and not in a bad way, in a good competitive nature, because the camaraderie and the respect that goes along with all of that, the family and the fun, none of that matters. They don't care that I'm a girl. Bill Dodge invited me to the BC Moto Show in May, which I'm so excited for. Don and I have been blueprinting my build. Like a girl, I change my mind regularly, so I think I got it down. But he asked me to be there. What? Are you laughing at me?
For this week.
For this week. It's okay.
We don't know next week's.
Next week. Well, it's okay.
Until next week.
We don't know next week until next week, and I'm okay with that. No, it's
Me
a girl's
too.
prerogative to change her mind. And I know he loves me so much, so he just lets me go all over the place. We come down to something nice. But the point was that Bill Dodge had asked me to be at his show. It's an invitational show. I was so honored. And the way he asked me was really cool because he's like, for as much as you are one of the guys, you're a girl, right? And I'm like, yes, I know that. Thank God Dawn knows that too.
Yeah.
But he invited me to be at the show. And what an honor, because again, I'm not segregated into the fact that it's just women. I'm allowed to be in the arena, and I worked really hard to do that. So I suggest anyone, man, woman, who wants to be out there and competing and building and doing things, jump in. Don't put yourself in a classification that limits you. Go out and just do it. Go and sign up for all the crazy shows. Do the women's shows. Do the all shows. But do it and be proud of who you are, not because of your gender, but because of your passion for motorcycles. I think that that's the most important thing. And leave a wonderful legacy behind you, no matter what it is. I'm so just in awe of Miss Gloria and the legacy that she has written for all of us. I mean, it matters. It really does matter. And she's one of my heroes. Chris Summer Simmons and her daughter Lori too are my heroes because they made sure that she had the opportunity to be there, be celebrated, share all her stories, meet all the great people, and enjoy it. And after 98 years on this planet and riding since like 1940, if anyone deserves that, she does. She is grace, class, and dignity all wrapped up in this little package, little pretty package, because she's still beautiful at 98. She has the most gorgeous skin. We all aspire one day. Make it that long. I want to be just like Miss Gloria, that's for sure. All right, so remember 5 good things. If you're having a rough day, someone you know or someone you love is having a rough day, tell them to give you 5 good things. Tell yourself 5 good things. It'll change your perspective. So, and it does matter. Don't forget, smile big. Spread your sunshine, even on the rainy days. It matters. So be kind to yourself and others. That also matters too. Okay, and check out the website, athenaafterdark.com. Please participate in the show. Send us your 5 good things. Any little community events that you have, any big things you got going on, events. If you need a little bit of biker chick perspective, you got a question that's positive, go ahead and send it. And then, follow on Facebook, subscribe at the YouTube channel, Athena After Dark. Please share them all. Thank you again to HD for celebrating Miss Gloria and the Buffalo Chip for the Sturgis invite and having me there, and all of my friends at Cycle Source Magazine and everyone else. Techno Research, our sponsors, Palm Beach Harley. Thank you all so very much. And I love you all so very much. Thanks for tuning in. And again, short show because we want to make sure everything is up and running. We don't want to ever waste anybody's time or have a black screen. Boy, have you ever seen yourself as a black screen? It's not very attractive at all. Okay, well, I can honestly say it's been a crazy busy week. And Don, I don't know if you guys paid attention to this last week or not. I seemed a little lethargic and a little like out of sorts before all the wackadoo shit happened. Well, have you ever heard the saying that, you never give the boxer like you don't have sex before a fight, right? No nookie, no hanky panky before a boxing match. Well, just so you know, we've decided there's no hanky panky before a show. Can't concentrate on anything. So just, I know, too much information. But anyways, I'm back now, and Don's restricted on Mondays until after the show. So shout out to
Let's
him.
wrap this one up there, honey.
So we're going to cut it to a close because it's time. I love you all. Okay. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I'll see you next week at 10 p.m. I have a really good guest. I will put the announcement out. I love you all. Thank you so much. You have a good night, and chopper on. See you next Monday. Mwah.